episode of Skyrim, a relaxing playthrough of Skyrim. In the last episode, we accompanied Orgrim Doomhammer, an orc, in his exploration of Skyrim, in his quest to discover himself, an orc warrior who has a bit of a soft side. If you're interested in catching up with his escapades, I will link a video in the description below to that episode. But for today, we will be accompanying a new character, Valdar Colossus, Nord, Dragonborn, member of the Greybeards, Slayer of Alduin, eater of ice cream, and his exploration of this cave, Dimhallow Crypt. So, let me just drop something from my inventory real quick so we don't have that message pop up every 5 seconds. There we go. Don't need that. And now we can begin our exploration through Dimhallow Crypt. Valdar Colossus has journeyed to Skyrim many years ago. He found himself crossing the border, was captured by Imperial guards, and as an aside, as you can see here, Valdar has already been in this cave, and you can see some of the carnage that he left as self-defense, of course. But he found himself in Skyrim, captured by Imperial guards, escaped because of a dragon attack, and then the rest was history. He joined the Stormcloaks, fought against the Imperials, then met the Greybeards, solidified his legacy as the Dragonborn, mastered the Thuum, and all the shouts associated, and became a legend in Skyrim. Now, Orgrim Doomhammer, of course, still has much to discover about himself, but Valdar Colossus now spends most of his time meditating in places like this from time to time, coming to crypts and caves and locations that he has cleared out, disposed of unsavory characters to make these places ripe, fit for meditation. And so, from time to time, he enjoys coming to these places for peace, quiet, tranquility, and serenity. As you can hear, this calm, flowing stream. Not a soul to be seen or heard. And of course, aside from all of Valdar Colossus's list of accomplishments, he also has a really bitching set of armor, if I do say so myself. description below if you're interested. I downloaded it off of Mod Nexus. It's a very cool mod. But anyway, let us continue our exploration of Dimhallow Crypt. It appears there is something to be seen on the other side, so let us venture forth. But as I mentioned, Valdar has defeated Alduin, slain the Imperials, and helped the Stormcloaks regain control of Skyrim for the Nords. Next on Valdar's list of things to do is to take down those pesky vampires. He hadn't had much time to do that as he was busy with the dragons and Imperials, but he has not forgotten about the vampires. As well as various Daedra that still roam the shadows, attempting to sway innocent and unsuspecting members of Skyrim. But despite this, there was always time to relax and reflect on one's journey thus far. This appears to be the center of the crypt, with all of the Nords that have come before Valdar. One of the things that he enjoys doing is paying his respects to the Nord heroes that came before him, that paved the way for him to achieve greatness. He does not fear death, for he just simply sees it as a natural end to the way of the world. It is, if anything, a motivator for him to appreciate life and to take hold of any opportunities that come his way. There seems to be a potion there, but he does not want to disturb the dead, so we will abstain. Valdar has spent a long time in Skyrim after his initial arrival. And one thing that he can say for sure is that this is his home. Not just because he is a Nord, but because of the people that he has met along the way. Because of the bonds he has forged with the Stormcloaks and the various members of Skyrim that he has helped along in his journeys. And we arrive at a very calm waterfall here in this crypt. What was once swarming with zombies and undead is now a peaceful reprieve from the state of the world. And if I can break the fourth wall there for one more time, that is a quest that I was doing. I downloaded a mod that added a new quest to rebuild Helgen. And so, one of the things that Valdar is in the process of doing is rebuilding Helgen after that dragon attack on that fateful day when everything began. If we can take a look at his journal really quickly, we will see that currently we are attempting to get these Stormcloaks to help us rebuild. And once we rebuild Helgen, those who lived there before the dragon attack will find great delight to learn that they can finally return to their hometown after so many years away. To Valdar, this seems like a natural conclusion to this story, going back to where it all started and creating a satisfying conclusion for all involved. Of course, that does not mean his work will ever be finished, truly. For as long as Skyrim exists, there will always be those who wish to disrupt its peace. Here you see a victim of our efforts. Many moons ago, this place was crawling with rather unsavory spiders that we disposed of, that Valdar disposed of, to make this place safe and secure. So, while it might not be the most pleasant experience walking past dead spider carcasses, I assure you, it is perfectly safe in here. It needed to be done, for it wasn't safe for anyone else to come in, let alone civilians who do not partake in combat. We should probably assemble a cleanup crew to dispose of those corpses at some point or other. But as I mentioned, Valdar has other priorities currently. But at some point or other we will come back to that. The temperature in this crypt makes it so that the corpses don't decompose as fast, so we have the time. And yes, here we have another peaceful and relaxing stream, waterfall that we can enjoy for a few moments. I do believe this may be the exit. Let's see. There seems to be... Is there more? Or does this take us out? Let us check, shall we? There's more. Excellent. And this piece of scenery. We can pose here to get the full effect. Pretty badass if I do say so myself. It appears we can use this lever to open the gate and make our way out. Quiet and serene. Let us descend down these steps and have a closer look at the majesty that surrounds us. Yes, now it's all coming back to Valdar. This is where he met the vampire, Serena, whom he is still friends with to this day. They are currently working together, as I mentioned earlier, to take down her father and his cult of ghoulish vampires. Valdar never imagined that he would be friends with a vampire, but he is not one to lump a group into one category. He is not one to categorize an individual based on the reputation of the group. Keeping an open mind is part of what he considers to be the duty of a Dragonborn, of the Dragonborn. Otherwise, what kind of example would he be setting for the rest of Skyrim and Tamriel? But when he met her on this day, she was enclosed inside of a coffin, sleeping for hundreds of years. In this very coffin, but that was such a long time ago. Valdar had almost forgotten. Let us ascend the stairs and see how much more we have left of the crypt. We can go in this direction and see. We will go up this way, up this rather rough terrain, and make a left here. discover more. There is something so beautiful about the ancient structure that we are interacting with. So much of this has history tied into it. Past, present, future, and so much more. Shall we go this way or this way? I think we should go this way. We shall. There is actually nothing over here, as it turns out. What does this activate? Nothing. Okay. We will go in this direction then. Perhaps I had just closed. Did we just close the gate? We might have. Let's go. Double check here to make sure that we didn't just lock ourselves in here. Okay. Yes, we did. No one ever said that Valdar was good with directions. You can't be good at everything after all. So, no one's perfect. Not even the Greybeards were flawless. Here we are. And we are met with another gorgeous and history-rich sight. A warming fire greets us. It appears that two individuals met their unfortunate end at the hands of this fire, whether by their own volition or someone else's is beyond Valdar's knowledge. But we shall let them rest in peace and make our way up these stairs. And past these doors to what I imagine will be the exit to this crypt. Yes, the exit from which we came. Let us make our way out for the evening to Skyrim. And with that greeted by a cold and unrelenting storm, as is common here in Skyrim. So, Valdar will be returning to his room at the inn in Whiterun to hopefully have himself a nice glass mug of mead and warm himself up by the fire. I hope that you will do the same, my friends. Until next time, I will see you in the next episode of our journeys through Skyrim. Whether it is with Valdar Colossus, Orgrim Doomhammer, or a new character, we'll just have to wait and see, for in Skyrim, you never know what is going to happen. Good night.